Hey yo, this is Michael with Gaymerhood Builds, and we're actually in City Skylines 2. So this is kind of new for me. I purchased this and installed it, I don't know, maybe a week and a half ago. I have owned City Skylines 1 for actually my purchase date showed like 2017, I think. I think I had like 4 hours of play on it. So when I realized like, oh hey, my new computer could probably like handle this really well, I installed the first one. I purchased an excessive amount of the expansion packs and DLCs, played for a bit, and then as I started to watch videos of City Skylines 2, I was like, oh, like the road area and everything seems pretty cool. I do know that they have had a rocky start, and like they just had their anniversary patch come out. But anyways, like I'm kind of enjoying it. I didn't deal with the hiccups at the beginning, so I figured why not. And I loved SimCity 4, which this to me is like the closest like I can kind of feel like for that. I do have a whole bunch of mods installed. I figured out how to play them, and this is a custom map that I found. It's called New Carlisle. It seems pretty cool because the base maps that come in the game are kind of lame. I've attempted to make a couple of maps on my own, but it's not easy. Like the whole taking height maps and everything, that part's easy. It's like the rest of it. It's really hard. So I was like, screw it. Instead of like trying to make my own map, I'm just gonna go find one in the mods and get one that I like. So this one's called New Carlisle. I like it. It has a fair amount of infrastructure already installed, which I like. I've noticed a lot of custom maps don't have like the major highway. So this one, I mean, as you can see, it's on a bay. I like that. I like being connected to the ocean. I'm not a huge fan of mountains, but I also like hills. So like soft rolling hills type of thing is kind of like my vibe. Northeast, I live in Boston. So like that's kind of the vibe I like to play. I do have all the free asset packs, plus a whole bunch of like mod asset packs. But anyways, let's look at this map and check it out. It's here's our starting tile. We do have highway, and I believe, is this rail? Yes, we have rail access and highway access here, in our starting tile, which is pretty nice. And the highways are pretty well laid out. We do have some starting outside electricity here. What is happening here? Water pipe not connected. Cool. And then it looks like there's a pretty decent interchange over here. I can't tell if this is like a standard interchange or not, but it's pretty well made. And if we look around, yeah, we've got like a couple of these nice rivers that like lead into like the bay. And then at first, when I first opened this, I was like, oh, this would be a great island for like an industrial port. And then I was like, oh, there's no rail. Oh, there's no highway. And I was like, oh, we could bring that over. But it's pretty far away from like the starting tile. And then I realized this little section here, right here, would actually be a really great spot for a future industrial port, because it's already kind of like, we'll do some terraforming here, but we could line up cargo rail yards and bring like it's a good off place for the highway. Just things I consider when like I want to start a map. So obviously the starting tile, I don't know where my city center will be. I love that there's beaches and everything over here, so maybe either over here or over here will be like our like our future downtown. You know, I would imagine that there'll probably be some sort of suburb or, you know, like wealthy area. I don't know if there's gonna be. I don't know. This beach is here. This will be our wealthy area. This will be some low class, not low class, but we'll just have some suburbs along the river here, and I don't know. But let's start with the basics. We got to get something going here. I probably should have paused that. Oh my god, I totally paused. Okay, so we already have some initial infrastructure, and this looks like a good arterial. It's coming in. It's a 4-lane going down to a 2-lane. I would imagine over time we'll want to upgrade this to a full 4-lane. I don't know. Will we? Yeah, we could upgrade this to a 4-lane all the way to here. Eventually. We don't need to do it right this second. We may upgrade it to whatever point we cut off. And then, I mean, this is a pretty darn big square. So if I'm going to build any industrial, it's probably going to be along this side. And if we're going to consider any rail into this area, we probably... Sorry. Didn't spend very much time looking at this. We could also bring rail up this way, so we may not need to cut through our area here. Plus, it would be way more economical to cross the river here than it would be like up here with rail. It's just a much smaller, if you think about it from the real world. Okay, well, let's... No time like the present. We have limited options right now since literally just starting, but we're going to... I am going to upgrade this to about here. There we go. So that gives us that, and then I'm actually going to cut another 4-lane down. I don't know. Boop, 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 boop. We're going to go this way. I'm going to fight my instincts. I am notorious for 90 degrees. When I play, and I'm it's just so boring. So I want to, if I consider this, also that's like incredibly boring. Let's start with that, and then we'll start with that. All right, and then we could probably make like something that just comes down a little bit, and then we'll use the simple curve tool. We'll get our 180 and come on. There we go. All right, so there's our like primary arterial. Let me see. So I'll come in here and let me see. Let's take a 2-lane road. We're gonna basically just. And this is the part where I am gonna be kind of boring and do a 90. You know what? Let's do a really simple grid. Do a grid off of this one. Like that. We're gonna grid this back to, oof. Nope. Do not want to 90. We'll go like that. All right, and then we'll go off in this corner like that. And then we're gonna come off of this one to go. We're gonna come off here. Just go like that. And then we're gonna come in here and we're gonna take this one and we're gonna connect it. Oh, so close. What's that look like? Messy. Sorry. Then we're gonna connect this one to that one. Cool. And then this one, we're gonna come off this one. All right. And then if we align here, come on. Yeah, didn't curve, but that's all right. Okay. And there's my basic. Yeah, it's my basic starter. I don't know. It's different than what I used to do. I know it's still insanely 90 degrees. All right, so let's get some basics in here. I'm just gonna buy the outside for now. Where are you coming from? Oh, you're coming from way over there. Okay, I'm like, what? Not a fan of that. If anything, our future power generation station. Might be like right in here. So I'm actually gonna put this right here. Okay. I know that's messy. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in. We're gonna delete this and this and this. And I don't. Wait, where's the edge of my? Oh, duh. Like, where's the edge of my map? Alright. It's not great, but Really? I'm just gonna bring that there. All right. And then we're gonna need some water. Let's see, we need a pumping station. Hold on. Why? Things that make you go, Why can't I see which way the... There we go. So the water's flowing this way. Which means it's not ideal. But we are gonna dump our sewage right there for right now. And we're gonna get our water wait a second. Okay. It like goes in both directions. It's coming in this way, and then it goes this way, and then it also goes this way. Very confusing. Okay, so we're also gonna get a little... I don't want to put it over here, even though that's where I really want all my utilities, but actually, put it around this bend. Overlapping item. What am I overlapping? Oh, it's the beach texture. That's the problem. Okay. Now we need some sort of road to get there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this little simple 2-lane road and we're gonna Dukes. Kind of forgot I was... Bring that around like that. And then we're gonna take a straight road and we're just gonna have like a really simple little access road. Like that. And then I suppose we need some sort of... Do we need an access road? Does this need road access? I don't think it does. I think it just needs a pipe. These didn't like... Alright, so now we've got water, sewer, and power. Basics. But we have no zoning. I'm gonna stick with the standard zoning and not do any ploppables right now. Let me see. We're gonna put a little bit of low density right. We're gonna zone it. Zone one great big one. We're gonna start with that. That was low density, yeah. Alrighty. We're gonna start with that, and then we're gonna come in here and so these are the packs, but I'm gonna stick with this, and I'm actually just gonna fill a couple of these for right now. Because, well, I can. Alright, so we're off. We're off and running. The beginning of our city. We don't don't really have any services because, well, we haven't unlocked any. But I'm curious if you guys can hear the fan on the computer. You can probably hear my meeting notice. Yeah. So let's just speed this up a little. Get our first. We have 53 citizens, even though technically nothing's built. Also, I hate that there are like giant construction cranes on single family homes. Like, come on. Nobody uses that for those. They should be like piles of lumber and framed houses. Right? Like, I don't know. I feel like this intersection's gonna be a wench. Also, well, there's multiple ways out of this area. I don't know. I'm very curious to see how the traffic plays out. Now, where do I want to build my future services? This kind of feels like a good spot for a school. Same with maybe back here. Also, this might be a good spot for a school. I'm just thinking like you put down like a baseball field or something like that. It's going to use up a fair amount of space. But, oh, okay. So we've unlocked our first thing. Ooh, okay. Let me see. We have 5 points. I do want to unlock road services and roundabouts. Roundabouts. Is there anything here that's critical? This I eventually want to do sooner than later. Let me see. Ugh, we're gonna have to deal with garbage soon, aren't we? I don't know. We'll come back. Okay, so some of the first houses are getting in here. We are gonna need a medical center. Ugh, this thing is so massive. I hate it. I still can't believe no one has made a smaller version of this. It's just so stupidly large. We're gonna put it there. And then we're gonna drop we're gonna use this little tiny guy. Little guy. Just a little guy. We're gonna put him right here on the right here on the corner. Alright. Cool. And yeah, we haven't unlocked schools, and we do need a landfill. Come on, you guys. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. How the hell would you put a landfill? I don't know. Alright, well, this has been great. I guess in my next episode, we'll tackle the landfill. And we will continue to expand on necessary services. Oh, we're certainly not doing that. Guess we can do this whole thing. Bada bing, bada boom. So, yeah, I also read that if you overzone, I don't know if this is true or not, but if you overzone industrial, then, and it's like low level industrial, then as you start to educate your people, they have no reason to like go to college or anything. So like you should zone minimal industrial. We'll see. We shall see. Still trying to figure out where my minimal industrial zone might go. It might be just up here because I'm thinking there will eventually be a power plant here. But we'll figure that out next time. We got to figure out our waste management and our first couple of pieces of industrial. So, thanks for following along. Bye. Fine.